Good. Jinkle has joined. Can you hear me there? Jinkle, if you can just give me a confirmation so I can move ahead. Yes, Jinkle, can you hear me? Shall I move ahead?
Yes, sir.
Good. Thank you. Okay, so if I just recall what we had done last time around, we were there into the Blake and Scholes model. And sir, why there is a Blake and Scholes model? It gives you the value of premium for call option as well as the put option. So we have taken the sum of finding the call option premium, right? That was we had started last time around. Now in that, in the Blake and Scholes, you will have to put so many number of things. We had started one question. I guess we were stuck into the last part of the question, and which was finding the probability. So this was the model. This is how it looks like. Now S stands for, in this case, the spot price. Here, if I am there, let me just start my drawing from here. Give me 1 second. Okay, so this is my spot price. Then what do we have? N D1. So D1 stands for the derivative 1, which would be the standard deviation of the options that we have found by taking the D1. And we want to find the probability of that standard deviation. Then X stands for the exercise price. E raised to RT stands for the time value adjustment. And D2 stands for, again, the standard deviation for which we are supposed to find the probability. Now, we have found the D1 as well as the D2. If you can recall it, we have found D1 as well as the D2. Here there is a slight correction. Everyone, please put it in the back of your mind. Last time when we had started, no, we had converted the rate of 5% into a quarterly rate. Now, if you see, we have taken 0.125 as a rate. Now, that's fine only, correct only, but we have also multiplied that with the time here. So that would be multiplication with the time for 2 times. So from the next lecture onwards, we'll be taking that annual rate only. I was in the frame of mind that we are going to multiply this 2.5 to 0.25 only with this bracket, but it's a whole bracket. That means it will again get multiplied. So time adjustment is taking for 2 times, right? That got struck suddenly in my mind. So that's why you'll have to take care about it. Instead of 0.125, we'll be taking 5% only, which is the annual rate. Because time, see, 0.25 is the time only, no? We are multiplying that with 1 time. So if we'll already convert it into a quarterly basis, then there would be a multiplication with the time for how many times? 2 times, which would be double calculation. So we'll have to take, what we'll be doing is, in the question, we'll be putting it as 1.25 as a percentage, as a correction in the question itself, so that this question will not have to change. Okay. Now, D1 and D2, both we have found. We are supposed to find the probability of this. And this probability can be found from the Z table. Let me just give you the idea about it. Say, if you look at the probability distributions, no, then this is how it looks like. I have already given you the brief idea about it in the financial analytics, but some of the students were not there. If you look at it, here stands the average. This is how the normal distribution of the data looks like. And we are supposed to find the probability distribution from the normal distribution of the data only. Now, if the data is normally distributed, then you may see that here comes the average. Here comes the first standard deviation at the positive side. That means 1 standard deviation plus average. Here comes the 2 standard deviation plus average. And here comes the 3 standard deviation plus average. On the same side, we have on the left side, we have the same amount, like 1 standard deviation on the left hand side, 2 and 3. So if you check, no, the probability distribution of this looks like this. Out of the total entries you get, no, in the normal distribution, say in the normal distribution, sir, I have the 50 number of entries. So in that 50 number of entries, if you find, no, you will see that in this region, there would be around 34% of the entries. In this region, there would be again around 34% of the entries. That means if the data is normally distributed, then data will be moving from 1 standard deviation minus to 1 standard deviation plus, and there would be 68% of the probability that the data would be falling in that range only. That we have applied for quite a few times in the financial analytics, if you can recall it. So Z tables just give you the cumulative probability, nothing else. if I tell the Z table, no, that see what is the probability of the two standard deviation, it will give me that, okay, this is the probability of the two standard deviation, the cumulative probability. So that's where Z table comes into the picture. We have applied this for quite a few times. If you are still not aware about it, let me just know so I can again give you the brief idea about it. You are aware about this probability distribution, right? Yes or no? Surely?
Yes, sir.
Information, please. Good, thank you. Then for the two standard deviation, there is again something around 13%. Here as well, you have something around 13%. If I want to know, and for rest of the thing, you would have something around 13 plus 13, so 26, 26 plus 68, so around 94. So this would be somewhere around 3%, rest of the area, and here as well, the rest of the area would be 3%. So if I want to know that, sir, what is the cumulative probability at one standard deviation, that means on the left hand side, this side, what is the cumulative probability of this? So this area is being told by you by the Z table. So that's what we are finding. Is it clear now? So volatility of the stock we have found in terms of D1, in terms of D2 by applying some adjustments by preparing the stochastic that has been taken directly by the model. And after finding that D1 and D2, we are finding the probability of it. As simple as that. Is it clear? Good. So what we have seen over here is the D1 was 0.4120, right? So N 0.4120 ke 0220. Okay. So let's just check it that whether it's the positive side or the negative side. It's at the positive side, right? So you will go into the Z table at the positive side. So I'm going to the Z table. Everyone will be opening the Z table now. Here comes first the negative side, which is the left hand side of my standard normal distribution. Then it starts with the positive side, which is the right hand side of the standard normal distribution. So here we are supposed to find for the 0.4120, right? But sir, 0.4120 we do not have. We have 0.41 only. Because if you go to the Z, no, the standard deviation 0.4 is given to you. Check it out. And for the second digit as well, you can find it. This one is 0.4 and 1 ka value would be 0.665910. So we have got the value 0.65910, but that is for 0.41. In 4, this is 0.1 which is been added. So you have got the value for 0.41. Is it clear now? Okay. So sir, we have got the value which is 0.41 ka value we have got. The probability distribution 0.65910. Now this is the cumulative distribution, which is the area left hand side. So at 0.41 standard deviation, this is the cumulative probability we'll be able to see on the left hand side of the data. Is it clear now? Good. And sir, we are not supposed to find for the 0.41. We are supposed to find it for 0.4120. Now 0.4120 is between 0.41 and 0.42. Is it clear? So first, let me just find it for 0.42 as well. And if you can find the difference between the two, then you can interpolate. Interpolate is a big gigantic word. Some people would be like, sir, nahi samajh mein aaya, but it's not that much complicated. Do not worry. Let's find it for 0.42. 0.42 is here 0.66276, right? So 0.66276. Let's just cross verify this. We are going on the same track. 0.42, 0.66276. Is it clear? Absolutely. Good. Now, sir, if we change 0.1, then what is the change in the probability which is taking place? One thing we have identified that, sir, our probability is more than 0.65910, but it is lesser than 0.6627. Somewhere in between our probability is falling. Yes or no? Because our value is more than 0.41 and lesser than 0.66227. 42. So here we can use the interpolation. How? Let's see that. If you just change the difference of 0.01, then what is the change taking place? Can someone tell me? 0.00366. Now this is for 0.01 change. It's just the difference between the two. Do not get confused. Is it clear? इसका मतलब यही हुआ सर कि अगर हम 0.01 मूव करते हैं तो प्रोबेबिलिटी में इतना फर्क आता है, लेकिन हमें 0.01 मूव नहीं करना है. हमें कितना मूव करना है? 0.0020. 0.0020 मूव करना है. तो सर 0.0020 मूव करेंगे तो प्रोबेबिलिटी में कितना फर्क आएगा? क्रॉस मल्टीप्लीकेशन. If you move 0.01, then the change in the probability is 0.00366, right? Then sir, if we move 0.0020, then what will be the change in the probability? So that we get the exact answer, yes or no? So let's find it now. Cross multiplication. 0.0020 multiplied by 0.00366 divided by 0.01. What do you get?
0.000732.
0.000
732.
732. Very good. Now see, this value will be added in the value of 0.41. Yes or no? Because 0.41 ka value we have got. Everyone is clear about this. So what's the value of the 0.41? 0.910. And what's the value of 0.0020? That's what we have got. 0.000732. So that we get for 0.4120. If you just add it up, so what do you get? Is it clear now? So that's the value we have got for, and that is the probability distribution at which standard deviation, sir? At 0.4120 standard deviation. So this is the n का value 0.4120. लेकिन हमारी अधूरी, reason is because there is D2 as well, no? Now D2 क्यों कहाँ पे है? किधर फाइंड किया कि नहीं किया हमने? किया है. हाँ तो चलो देखते हैं D2 किधर है भैया. n D2. पहले तो D2 है क्या वो देख लेते हैं. D2 कितना है? 302. Okay, now we are supposed to find the normal probability distribution of the 0.302. तो अपन पहले कौन सा वैल्यू देखेंगे? 0.30 का वैल्यू देखेंगे. 0.30 का तो मिल जाएगा ना, yes or no? So let's go to the Z table. Whether it's a negative or positive, Avni? Positive. So we'll be checking at the negative side or positive side? Positive side. So sir, positive side में 0.30 कहाँ पे है? ये रहा. 0.30 में 00 का वैल्यू तो इधर ही है. कौन सा है 00 का वैल्यू? 0.61. 61791 वही है ना? देखो 0.30 का. तो सर 0.3 का वैल्यू आता है 0.61791 and we were supposed to find it for 0.302. Now 0.302 is between 0.30 and 0.31. So let's find it for 0.31 now. Sir, 0.31 value is coming at 0.62172. So let's differentiate now. I hope everyone is there with me. Surely? Good. Now can someone tell me what should we do? राइट सर, अगर 0.30 से 0.31 में जाते हैं तो इतना क्यूमुलेटिव हो जाता है, तो 0.1 में कितना फर्क आया? तो if I want to say, if I want to find the difference between the 0.1 over here, no, then I'll be just deducting this two. What do you get? 0.381. But sir, that's for the difference of 0.01. We are not supposed to find it for 0.01. We are supposed to find it for 0.002. Yes or no? So if 0.01 is taking this much of a difference, then 0.002 will be taking how much difference? Again a cross multiplication. Yes or no, Poonam? So 0.002 multiplied by 0.00381 divided by 0.01. Now that's always been my policy. Yeah? You people must have observed that. What we are supposed to ask in the examination, that's a different matter. But when it comes to the learning, there shouldn't be any kind of a sacrifice. तो यहाँ पे तो उस लेवल पे जाना है जो एकदम हाईएस्ट लेवल है, लेकिन एग्जामिनेशन पर्सपेक्टिव अलग है. तो अभी करता है, चीजें हमें करनी है, हर एक कॉम्प्लिकेशंस को लेने हैं. लर्निंग में कोई सेक्रीफाइस नहीं. इक्वल टू 0.762. Now can someone tell me what we'll be doing with this value? Yes, we'll be adding this value in 0.3 का वैल्यू. yes or no? क्यों ऐड करेंगे 0.3 में भी सर? क्योंकि 0.3 का वैल्यू हमारे पास है तो उससे कुछ ज्यादा है. तो उससे कितना ज्यादा है? तो वही तो फाइंड किया हमने. इसे क्या कहते हैं? इंटरपोलेशन कहते हैं. क्या कहते हैं? इंटरपोलेशन. तो 0.30 का वैल्यू सर आपने बताया था. मैं स्टेप बाय स्टेप जा रहा हूं क्या कि बच्चे कंफ्यूज ना हो. 0.61791 और आपने 0.002 का वैल्यू बताया है 0.00762. So if you add both the sides, so you get it for 0.302. So you'll have to add this one as well. So you get the value for 0.302. What do we get there? 0.618672. Good. So sir, we have got the value of normal distribution value of 0.302 as well. So D1 and D2 both are found. So in our main formula now D1 and D2 can be put. Is it clear? And that is n D1 D2 we have found. It's not just D1 and D2. It's the normal probability of D1 and D2. Okay. So can someone just tell me the formula? What was the main formula? S multiplied by n D1 minus x multiplied by 1 divided by e raised to rt, or you can just put minus e raised to rt. Then n d2 बस इतना ही था. हाँ सर, स्पोर्ट प्राइस कितना है कौन बताएगा? 415. एन D1 का वैल्यू कितना मिला? 0.659832 माइनस एक्सरसाइज प्राइस कितना है? 400 मल्टीप्लाइड बाई ई रेस टू ई कितने, ई का वैल्यू कितना है? 2.718 रेस टू आर मल्टीप्लाइड बाय टी. So what's the R we are going to take? 0.0125, because that's what we have taken right over there too. That's why we are taking 0.0125 only. 0.0125 multiplied by T. Oh yes. multiplied by 0.25. T is 4 months. No, 3 months, right? Its expiry is 3 months. Now see, you will have to put t in the multiples of year. So if 1 year is 1 year को हम ऐसे 1 लिखते हैं, तो 3 महीने को कैसे लिखोगे? अब 3 महीने कहां से आया सर? यही तो ऑप्शन का एक्सपायरी है, इसलिए टी हमें 3 महीने में लिखना है। तो 1 ईयर मतलब 1 हुआ, तो 3 महीने मतलब कितने हुए? 1 डिवाइडेड बाई 4, नो, बिकॉज 3 महीने 1 साल में कितनी बार आते हैं? 4 बार आते हैं। तो 1 डिवाइडेड बाई 4 करोगे तो 0.25 ईयर मिलेगा हमें। सो लेट्स पुट 0.25। और एन डी टू हमें क्या मिला? 872। जहां पे भी मैथमेटिकली फंसते हैं तो कहां पे जाते हैं हम? मैथमेटिकली फंसते हैं तो कहां पे जाते हैं? लोग के पास। लोगेरिथम इज द मदर ऑफ मैथमेटिक्स। फंसते हैं तो जाते हैं ना मम्मी के पास, मम्मी नहीं हो रहा है, देखो मेरे जिंदगी में इतने प्रॉब्लम्स आ रहे हैं। नाउ लेट मी जस्ट टेक दिस एज एन x. So x equal to 2.718 raised to how much would we get? Point 003125. Okay, so taking log on both the sides, log x equal to whatever is there in the power will come in. So log of 2.718, and here in the multiplication there would be 2. So let's take the log again. Log of 2.718, what do we get? Can someone tell me? क्या आता है? 0.4343, याद आ गया। अब तो log 2.718 तो मालूम पड़ जाना चाहिए। 0.4343 देखने की जरूरत ही नहीं है। So log x equal to this value. How much value we have got?
0.001357.
0.001357.
1357.
अच्छा, तो सर ये इस बाजू log है, उसको राइट हैंड साइड पे लेके जाएंगे तो log का क्या हो जाएगा? एंटी लॉग। सो x इक्वल टू एंटी लॉग ऑफ 0.001357। अब एंटी लॉग के टेबल में जाते हैं। लेट्स गो टू द टेबल ऑफ एंटी लॉग। वेयर डू वी हैव द एंटी लॉग? ओके, 0.00 है हमारे पास, यस और नो? 0.00 में हम कौन सी वैल्यू देखेंगे? 1 की वैल्यू देखेंगे, और किसका मीन डिफरेंस ऐड करेंगे? 3 का मीन डिफरेंस। 0.00 में 1 की वैल्यू सर कितनी है? 1002। उसमें मीन डिफरेंस कितने का ऐड करना है? तो 3 का करना है ना। हाँ, तो 3 का मीन डिफरेंस कितना है? तो 1 को इधर ऐड करेंगे 1002 में, तो कितना आएगा? 1003। अच्छा, अब डेसिमल कहां पे आएगा? पॉइंट से पहले कितना है डिजिट? जीरो के ऊपर आपको कितना ऐड करना, उसमें लेस करते थे लोग में, एंटी लोगेरिथम में प्लस करना है। तो जीरो के ऊपर प्लस करोगे तो क्या आता है? तो अपना आंसर है ना, एक डिजिट से शुरू होना चाहिए। जितने भी हमारे पास आ गए हैं ना चारों डिजिट, उसके एक डिजिट से शुरू होना चाहिए। तो एक डिजिट किधर से शुरू है? 1.003। इज इट क्लियर? ओके सर, x का वैल्यू वी हैव गॉट, लेट्स पुट द x ओवर देयर नाउ। अब ये एक्सेल में प्रॉब्लम क्या होता है मालूम? इसमें ना आपकी मिस्टेक्स भी, ये बोर्ड करते हैं ना, तो बोर्ड में आपको हर एक फिगर साथ में दिखाई देता है। अब यहाँ पे हर एक फिगर साथ में नहीं दिखा, कुछ ऊपर है, कुछ उधर है, कुछ उधर है। तो मेरे को याद करना पड़ता है किधर लिखा हुआ है, फिर से लिखना पड़ता है। इसके कारण आई एम मोर प्रोन टू मेक द मिस्टेक्स इन दिस, यू नो। क्योंकि बोर्ड में आपको हर एक फिगर एक ही समय पे दिखाई दे रहा है। उधर क्या है दिखा, हाँ दिखाई दे रहा है। चलो कैलकुलेट। ओके, so 1 divided by, there would be I'm just continuing this equation here. 415 multiplied by this, what is the value we get? Can someone? 2.83028. अच्छा, माइनस 400 multiplied by 1 divided by x का वैल्यू what you have got? 1.003, and that must be multiplied with 0.618672. Do you people know this? The best traders in the stock market are not the ones who are belonging to the finance fraternity. Do you know this? The best traders are the ones who have the science background, who are specifically the engineering people, are doing amazingly well in the stock broking. Now, there was certain research is conducted that why it's happening, because their logical thinking capacity is pretty high. The management subjects we teach here are more about the subjective in nature, where behavioral aspects are taken into account. Our subjects are not very objective, but the science and engineering subjects are pretty much objective. You can establish the cause and effect relationships in the flow charts, in the diagrams. They are not very subjective in nature. That's why their logical thinking capacity is pretty high as compared to us. Now that's the trend visible. Engineering dropout है वो CA में भी जल्दी क्लियर होता है। 12वीं साइंस पास करने वाले CA में उनका सक्सेस रेट ज्यादा है, because when it comes to numbers, their logical thinking capacity is good. So that's why if you feel that नहीं सर हमारे पास तो सॉफ्टवेयर है, उसमें से कैलकुलेट कर लेंगे कि क्या ऑप्शन ट्रेडिंग स्ट्रेटेजी करना है, बट जब तक वो लॉजिकल थिंकिंग कैपेसिटी डेवलप नहीं होगा ना, तो कहीं ना कहीं तो फंस ही जाओगे। This Zerodha, that is owned by one of the chess champions, and he told that because of the fact that I was playing the chess for this many number of years, I could establish this kind of a system which was pretty systematic, the Zerodha, which is the zero broker discount, that has absolutely created the havoc in the stock market right now. No one is going to the discount brokers now. Only Zerodha has been preferred by the people for trading. Too much of share they have taken. Anyway, let's move ahead. तो कई बार हमें करता है कि नहीं करना है यार कैलकुलेट, सर इतना क्यों करें? The thing is not about its application. The thing is your mind is habituated to think logically. And once that habit is created, that helps you a lot. What is the final answer we get now? Because now I'll not be doing this chindu chindu kind of a calculation. Enough from my side. What's the final answer?
27.101.
27.168.
168.
That is in rupees. ओके, कहानी अभी तक खत्म नहीं हुई है, because we have got the value of the call option. The problem is that this call option is right now being sold at what price? Check it out in the question. Some people are like, sir, आपने क्वेश्चन कहाँ दिखाया था? किधर था क्वेश्चन? देखो कितना कर लिया क्वेश्चन के बाद में, ये भी नहीं मालूम अपने को किधर है क्वेश्चन. अरे भाई मिल जा. हाँ आया. So we were there into this question. Now what was, yes, the call option is right now available at what price? So whether we should buy this call option or not, because as per our calculation, if we take into account this interest rate and this kind of a volatility, then the value of the option comes at 27. But right now in the market it is been available at 25. So that means it's the undervalued option. If it is an undervalued option, you should invest at 25. You should invest, no? अगर पूनम का वर्थ लाखों करोड़ों का है और पूनम सस्ते में अवेलेबल है, then you should invest. It's an undervalued stock now. Is it clear? Okay. Okay, so now this has been given to you. You people would be following the same process. Even I'll be doing it along with you. Calculate the value of the call option on the Black and Scholes valuation model if the current price is considered at 380. So you'll be taking the spot price at 380 instead of 415. Let's do this. ये क्वेश्चन के अंदर रेट अपन ने 1.25% लिया, तो वही कंटिन्यू रखते हैं. ठीक है, करोगे कि नहीं करोगे पूनम? हैं क्वेश्चन बाकी છે જોઈ લે, સ્લેપ લઈ લેવાનો. એટલે डिलीट कर નાખો. આ બધા નોટેશન છે તો વ્યવસ્થિત દેખાય. P1 ની ફોર્મ્યુલા હવે યાદ રહી જવી જોઈએ પછી. Natural logarithm of spot price divided by strike price. Now what happens with the natural logarithm is that it increases the comparability. Because see, if you have the Reliance kind of a share which is available at 2000 rupees and some share is available Yes Bank kind of a share which is available at 10 rupees, how can you make it comparable? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? That's why you take the natural. It's for the comparability. कितने बजे खत्म होता है अपना लेक्चर? तो मतलब मेरा जाने का टाइम हो गया है क्या? कितने बजे खत्म होता है अपना लेक्चर? 45. तो टाइम है अभी 7 मिनट. I hope all those people who have joined are doing it. Jinkle and all. Jinkle.
Yes, sir.
Good, good. The formulas are given to you. Just check it out. I know you people will be stuck in this question a bit because here you will be having the answer in minds. That's something. आपको positive से नहीं देखना होगा, negative से देखना होगा. D1 something? Okay, so that's a homework assignment to you. You will be doing it. It's already 11:40. Over there in my PC, it's 11:45. Oh, sorry. Anyway, so I'm just ending it up now. Please put your enrollment number as a mark of your attendance. You will be solving this. I guess I have right now Jinkal as well as Mr. Mohammed. Please put your enrollment number as a mark of your attendance. You will be solving this in the homework. That's my humble request to you that please do it. The more and more practice you will have, the better and better understanding you will get. And wherever you get stuck, feel free to reach out to me. Absolutely, there is nothing to worry about anything. Kema? 380 बोलो. 380 divided by 400. 80. Okay, you may leave now. Bye bye. Take care. All those who have joined online. Please do it in your homework. Yes, Jankal, do you have any question?
સર સ્ટાર્ટિંગમાં તમે RT નું કીધું તો એ શું હતું? 0.25 મલ્ટીપ્લિકેશન.
એમાં એવું હતું કે આપણે છે ને ઓલો R નાખીએ ને,
હા,
શરૂઆતમાં તો ઈ આર ને છે ને યરલી જ લેવાનો એમ આપણે શું કર્યું હતું
એટલે
અહીંયા
5% લેવાનો.
હા એટલે હવે એમાં શું થયું હતું કે આપણે પછી છે ને એ 5% ને નહોતું લીધું ગયા વખતે આપણે એને 1.25% જ લીધો હતો પછી આપણે ક્વેશ્ચન ની અંદર ચેન્જ કરી નાખ્યું કે આપણે 1.25% જ ગણીએ.
હા હા ઓકે ઓકે ઓકે. એટલે આ સેકન્ડરીમાં 5% લેવાનું ને?
નહીં ત્યાં અત્યારે છે ને તું 0.0125 જ લેજે કારણ કે એ આપણે એક કેલ્ક્યુલેશન મેન્ટેન રહેશે 0.0125 એનો મતલબ કે આપણે 1.25% ઇન્ટરેસ્ટ લીધું છે ઇન્સ્ટેડ ઓફ 5%. સો ક્વેશ્ચન ની અંદર આપણે 5%
મલ્ટીપ્લાય કરી એટલે 5% જ લેવાનું.
હા 5% એટલે કારણ કે એનું શું કારણ છે કે જો અહીંયા છે ને આપણે મોટું બ્રેકેટ હતું 0.25 0.25 ઇઝ નથિંગ બટ ધ ટાઈમ ઓનલી. તો હવે આપણે એક વખત ઓલરેડી એને ટાઈમ આરે મલ્ટીપ્લાય કરતા હોય તો પછી બે વખત ટાઈમ આરે ન કરે ને બાકી ડબલ કેલ્ક્યુલેશન થઈ જાય.
યસ
પણ એવું ગયા વખતે આપણાથી થઈ ગયું હતું પણ હવે નેક્સ્ટ ટાઈમ થી ધ્યાન રાખશું આપણે જે યરલી રેટ હોય ને એ જ લેવાનો કારણ કે ઓલરેડી ટાઈમ આરે મલ્ટીપ્લાય થાય જ છે.
હા હા હા
સમજાઈ ગયું?
ઓકે હા હા યસ સર.
ઓકે એટલે આપણે છે ને પછી હવે ક્વેશ્ચન ની અંદર 1.25% અત્યારે રેટ કરી નાખ્યું છે.
યસ યસ. થેન્ક યુ સર.
ઓકે યા
0.95